What is going on, purpose-filled people? All right, so first and foremost, I know it has been a long time since I've done a video, but y'all, it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on, and I had to take a break. For one, I had finals. I had to decompress from that, and then just finishing the semester strong as far as it being online, and then also decompressing from all the protesting, everything that's going on, just everything in this world. It was a lot. So I was just like, I'm gonna just take a step back altogether, just for myself. You know, sometimes you have to do that, and I'm all for mental health awareness and making sure I'm healthy up here before I can actually push out content. So now that I got that out the way, I hope everybody is doing okay. It's doing good. I know that it took me some time to get back, rolling, like really rolling, rock and rolling how I always am. But yeah, I know I wasn't the only one that felt like that. I know I'm not the only one that is going through these kind of emotional roller coasters because of everything that's going on. So I hope everybody is okay, first and foremost. But today's video is going to be over my first year of grad school, where I'm at, how it's going, how I like it, and how do I like it being online. Just a few tips to get you through your first year if you are thinking about it. So that is what today's video is going to be. I hope it brings some positivity your way with looking forward to things and being brighter and taking things forward as far as with everything that's going on. Like, subscribe, and comment. Like, subscribe, and comment. All right, y'all, so if you are new to my channel, I am Amani Green, also known as Monty G. My nickname came from my name being shortened, and then my last name is Green. Boom. I get so many questions about it, but yeah, that's where my nickname came from. Okay, so I am a recent graduate. I graduated from the Prairie View A&M University in 2019, and it was great. I had the best experience. I was a part of everything. There was nothing that you did not see me a part of. I was literally in everything. On top of school, I was just in a lot. I was the miss. I was a part of a lot. So definitely when I went into grad school, I had the mindset to just focus on school and make your money. And so that's what I did. That's what I'm doing now. And so I'm in school. I'm not really a part of no organizations. I have my business, I have work, and I have homework. I don't really focus on too much other stuff. If I do something else, it's probably traveling. Let me tell y'all how I got to grad school. Okay, so I graduated from Prairie View, and I was excited to go to law school. Now, I got my bachelor's from Prairie View in political science with a minor in psychology. I ultimately want to be a guardian ad litem, which is basically an attorney or advocate for children who come from broken families or where their parents are not together. And so that's what I want to do. I relate to that, and I just feel like that's my passion. That's why I'm here. That's where I'm eventually going to be, some way, somehow, helping somebody's kid get through the situation and be their voice. That's what I feel like I'm here for. So not that God said otherwise. He just said, wait a minute. And so at that time where I was supposed to be getting responses back from law school, I was already kind of on a high. I had finished my 4 years, about to graduate, was a part of almost everything in my university. There was just like, I was unstoppable. I felt invincible, and I felt like God had to sit me down for a minute just so I could know that he's still in charge of my life. Because if I got into law school, I definitely feel like I would have been over the top. I would have been way too cocky. So God had to humble me. Monty, sit down for a second. Let me show you who's really in charge of your life, and then we're going to, keep on rolling. But that's why I feel like I did not really get into, not even just the schools, but just really get anywhere with law school. I took the test twice. I didn't fail, but I just didn't get a score to where I feel like I could get into the schools that I wanted to get in school, where I wanted to go to school. And so, you know, that just messed with my mental a lot. It messed with my confidence. It was very discouraging. But the Lord told me, he was like, Amani, you have to stay steadfast and you have to keep moving forward. And I did just that. And of course, my mom was behind me, you know, Amani, this is not it. This is just not your time. And so, during that entire summer, I had stuff that was going on with me. I was just like, okay, you know, what am I supposed to do? I was lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, you know, should I go to work? Should I keep applying to law school? Like, what I'm supposed to do? Never in a million years did I think that I would be going to grad school. Ever. Never crossed my mind. So I was like, okay, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it and see what happens. My mom was like, Money, just go ahead and apply to UTA. You know, it's in the area, and just see what happens. I'm like, okay. If anybody knows me, know me and my mom are like this. We're like best friends. That's my lady. That's my girl. So I apply to UTA, go through the process, pay for everything, and I'm just like, this ain't what I want to do. This is not what I want to do. Like, what am I doing? Still applying. So, still applying, get my letter back. Congratulations, da 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 da. And so, to rewind though, let me go back. I got in based off my GPA at Prairie View. My graduating GPA was a 3.7. And I was like, okay, this GPA can get me somewhere, whether it's into law school, whether it's in somebody's job, somewhere, and it got me into grad school. Never in a million years that I think I would be in grad school. Well, now I'm in the social work program at UTA, and I love it. And I'm going to take the test to get my LPC and go forward with practicing. So this is just a stepping stone to where, you know, God has taken me. But it definitely was not a part of what I thought my plans were. So, yeah. But to go back, my first semester of grad school, it was a breeze. It was a breeze. It was pretty easy. My professors were cool. They were very, they communicated well. I didn't have an issue with getting in touch with anybody because all my classes were online. That transition from in class, from my undergrad and online to be in grad school, it wasn't too bad. I was nervous at first because I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to go to my professor's office. I'm not going to be able to sit down with them and talk to them. But no, they responded to emails pretty well. And I got through the first semester. It wasn't too bad. I was still able to have that balance with life and school. And at that time, I was living at home with my mom. And so it wasn't too bad. And so that was the first semester. But y'all know, as you progress, it gets harder. So second semester comes along, and of course I'm like, you know, I'm ready. And at this time I had moved out in November to my own spot, and I'm like, okay, you good, you making enough money to live on your own, but now you have to balance it with school, with your business, and just having balance in your life. And so I ain't gonna lie, I was really like anxious. I'm just like, okay, I don't know what's gonna be like. I know people say it's gonna be like this. I'm watching all kind of YouTube videos. I'm thinking, you know, people think I got it together. No, I don't. So the whole time I'm asking my mom, what should I do with this? What should I do with that? Should I do this? Should I do that? Oh, you grown. You moved out of my house. I'm like, okay. So now, while I'm doing all this, I'm still in school. Moved out, and so I'm good. I'm still balancing. Second semester wasn't too hard. But towards the end, March, April, May, when them months hit and COVID hit, I was already having online classes, yes. But when I took them classes and everything that was going on, mind you, I had to still go out to work until my job said otherwise. So I was nervous about getting COVID, nervous about if somebody sneezed in the air. I was watching social media. My anxiety that I didn't even know I had was like through the freaking roof. Through the roof, y'all. Like, it was just crazy, and I still had to stay sane and stay focused to finish my classes. So when I tell you the work, it wasn't hard, but it was just hard staying focused on really what was important, which was moving forward to my degree. The only thing that kept me going was just the fact that, Monty, stay positive. I had affirmations every day. Monty, stay positive. Keep working out. Keep getting your work done. And each day got easier, got easier, and got easier. But yeah, that was really my first 2 semesters. It wasn't too bad, but it was just a lot. I started adulting. COVID, trying to balance, but it wasn't too bad to where, you can't handle. All right, so yes, I am big on tips and making sure everybody kind of like, if y'all want to take notes, y'all can. I don't know, but yeah, I'm big on tips. And so a few tips that I got and wrote down: stay focused on learning. I know sometimes we as students, we get like, okay, we finna just get this grade, turn it in. As long as we got the grade in, got the homework in to get a grade, we're good. No, this is different. We're interning. We're getting ready to deal with people's lives. No matter what field you're studying, what program you're a part of for your master's program or whatever, you're going to be dealing with somebody's life within the next year and a half or a year, wherever you're at in your program. You're going to be dealing with somebody, and it's going to be a real life experience. So you can't just turn in the paper. You have to actually, how can I apply this to my life? How can I apply this to a plan I'm going to implement for this program to make these kids better? Stuff like that. Whatever you're studying, you have to think about it as a real life experience. So don't just learn. Make sure know what you're doing, know what you're talking about, know how you're going to apply it. Learn how to take good notes and be an active listener. So I do almost, since I have online classes, we do have modules and YouTube. So I make sure I take notes. I can go back in the YouTube video, go back in the module, and actually pick out those key points that, okay, this is going to be good for discussion when I do write my discussion, or this is going to be good for a paper. So I take notes and actually listen to stuff that's going to, professor's going to be like, oh yeah, I didn't look at it like that, or stuff like that. I kind of pulled out of the YouTube or module to where it's going to help my paper be better. So we do have modules, we have YouTube, and we also have to order books. And so when I order my books, I order from Chegg. Shout out to my friend Kendall. He let me use his Chegg account. And so when I order from Chegg, sometimes the person that uses the book before me, they have stuff highlighted, which helps a lot. So the stuff that's usually highlighted are things that the professor is going to look for, that's going to basically help your grade, or it's going to let the professor know, okay, yeah, he or she has been really, really reading and really comprehending what we're doing in class. So, but if you don't have Chegg, but it's good to just highlight those key points, like I said in the YouTube or in the module, pull out those important points that is going to be able to be used again, or it's going to be talked about in discussion, or it's going to make people think like, okay, I didn't think about that. Oh yeah, she's right, he's right. So stuff like that. Just pull out those important points, whether it's in a YouTube module or, like I said, in a reading from the book. I have connect with classmates. Y'all, connecting with your classmates is important, especially online. How we connect, first semester we connected by email. We all have each other's school email, or it was by GroupMe. I've been doing GroupMe since I was a freshman at Prairie View. And GroupMe has helped me a lot, but I also feel like emailing, now we're in grad school, it's a little more professional. People have the school emails. We email back and forth about projects, about PowerPoints, about basically really anything we have questions on, and the professor can't get back to us in time. We email each other back and forth and talk about it. Some of us have exchanged numbers too, to help each other kind of get through the class and make sure that we all know what we're doing and we're on one accord. Or if we have a question, just anything, connect with your classmates. It's important. De-stress, for sure, de-stress. Now this, for me, since I do go online, this has kind of helped me de-stress. So when I was an undergrad, like I said previously, I was in a lot of organizations, and I wasn't just in them, I was actually doing stuff. I was on e-board. I was basically anything that I do, I'm gonna put my best foot forward. So I wasn't just sitting around not doing nothing. I was actually that one that was going to for the questions and all the answers, and I was just in everything. And so now that I'm in grad school, it's easier for me to de-stress. It's like after school, I really don't have anything to do. I have my homework done, my bills are paid, all I have to do is work or hang out with friends. So it's not really hard for me to de-stress. The way I de-stress, write in my journal, go work out, go to the movies by myself, or go hang out with friends. But it's not really hard for me to de-stress. But that's what I have as the tip. make sure you find a way to de-stress. Whatever it is, make sure you find a way to de-stress. Pick a quality mentor. Now, I actually have some mentors from undergrad that I still have connections with, and I still talk to them about, law school, about grad school, whatever. You have to have somebody in your corner that's always going to know what they are doing, because you're not going to always know what you're doing. Because I didn't. I really didn't. And so now my mom had put me in contact with somebody that she works with that went to law school and is a guardian ad litem now. And I've been contacting her to see which one is the best route. Should I go to law school? Should I just get my LPC and then go be a guardian ad litem? Some people have not taken the route to go to law school and become a guardian ad litem, and some people have not. So right now, I'm gonna just focus on school. What I've been doing, focusing on school, and wherever God's gonna place me when that time comes after graduation, whatever that plan is that He has for me, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I learned that if I keep on planning my life like I was before with law school, it can hit the fan again. So, but yeah, make sure you have a mentor, somebody you can talk to, if you can ask questions. Basically, have somebody in your corner that has been through it. Then you're going to be fine, because they're going to know exactly what you need to do, or what they feel is the best thing for you to do. Okay, so now to get more in detail about my classes and what exactly we did, papers, homework, stuff like that. First semester, it really wasn't too difficult or nothing that I didn't already learn from undergrad. I already knew how to cite, APA, MLA, all of that. I knew how to do it. It was anything that I knew from undergrad, I kind of just carried it over. Sometimes it was some papers that I used and just, reworded it, but it was nothing that I did not know. Papers, as far as papers, there was one class that I had, and the teacher assigned it to where it was 5 people in a group. We had to finish one paper, and then the other paper we had to do on our own. It wasn't bad at all. And then for the other 2 classes that I had first semester, we had, of course, to finish them individually, which wasn't bad. I knew what I was doing. We had a topic. We just had to write on it. Sometimes we had to involve a map for where we got the information from, or what specific place we're talking about, stuff like that. But it wasn't nothing that was like, oh my gosh, this is so freaking hard. I'm like, nothing that you couldn't do. It was easy. Just had to apply yourself. So that was that. And then as far as the discussions, they were just, you had to have cites, you had to use the book and cite the book, be very detailed in where you got your information from, so you're not just coming off the dome. It had to be, they had to know where everything was, or where you got it from, or where it's coming from. So it's grad school. They want to know that you're applying yourself and paying attention in class, even though you're online. So that's how my first semester went. Professors were pretty cool. They all emailed me back at a timely manner. It wasn't bad at all. Second semester, it wasn't too bad, besides the COVID, of course. And then one thing I really liked about second semester is that my professor, they kept on checking on their students. They kept on emailing us, making sure we were okay mentally, seeing how we were just doing from day to day, and how we were managing. Just with everything that's going on. So that's one thing I liked. And then as far as the homework, it did get a little bit heavier. We had to do more assessments, more basically analyzing different neighborhoods, different people and backgrounds to see why they're acting the way they are in school, or why they're acting differently around their family or friends or whatever, just to see what little things we could put in place as a plan to make them better as a person, better life, so they are not going to school with these same behaviors. So yeah, it was a lot of just digging, doing a lot of research on different places and people and how we can fix it. So that was that. And discussions, they were the same, also detailed, make sure we cited them, and just make sure that the professor wanted to know that we knew what we were talking about. And as far as papers, every paper that I had second semester I had to do individually, which was, wasn't a surprise. Every professor is not the same. So papers were still the same though. They were MLA, APA, and just had to cite all your work and know what you're talking about. Do your research, use the book, it's stuff like that. It's really pretty much no different than undergrad. It's just online. And for me, that transition, it wasn't too bad. It was just because, I'm taking out organizations and I'm focusing strictly on school. So yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It's just a lot more work. It's a lot more work. You got to actually pay attention because you're online. You're not going to class every day. Your professor's reminding you of homework, reminding you what to do, what's that. That's why I started my journals and planners. I'm like, somebody's going to need it besides me, so why not start doing it? But yeah, first and second semester, my first year altogether, really wasn't too bad. It was just applying myself, make sure I stay on top of my homework, making sure I could manage everything in my life on top of making sure my grades were good. But yeah, my first year at UTA, it was good. I liked it. And I haven't really touched campus unless I had to go really talk to a advisor, or to pick up a book, but I have not touched campus. I haven't for like no longer than 3 hours. But no, I like the university, and going online and that transition wasn't bad at all. It was easy. I adapt and adjust to stuff well. So if I have a question or if anything I don't feel right about it, best believe I was emailing my professor and getting those answers. So yeah, I would say just apply yourself, ask questions, stay on top of everything, and you will survive your first year of grad school. You will survive grad school altogether. So yeah, the area I really wanted to work in as far as my intern was like with juveniles or anything with the younger generation and preparing them for the real world. It's a lot going on. So I just felt like I like to interact with people. I like to interact with kids, talk to them, hang out with them, really get to know them on, if they come from a bad background or if they fighting in class, cussing up the teacher out. What's the issue? That's what I really wanted to do. But now I'm online, and they came up with an alternative type of intern for people that were going in that area that I wanted to go in. And like now we're doing some kind of thing where we're checking on students to see how they're doing during COVID, which is not bad, but hey, it's just a part of the new norm. I do attend University of Texas at Arlington here in Dallas, Texas, and I am doing a program for social work with a concentration in children and families. So if y'all have any questions, anything y'all want to know, anything that I did not cover, just pretty much anything, comment down below and I will make sure I answer your question, whatever you want to know. And make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment. Please come back for more content. I have a trip coming up and I will vlog, so y'all can join me on that trip. I'm so excited. I'm going to Miami, and yeah, so flying during COVID I guess will be the next video. But yeah, I'm excited, and y'all just stay positive, stay prayed up, and stay chasing your purpose. Bye y'all. See y'all later.